Okay, so now we're on 81, and this is the home stretch, by the way. And certainly it might get more difficult, but let's just take a look at it and start at number 81. And I'm going to get through 81 through now 101 now. Let's go to the whiteboard. I'm going to let's see, delete this one. And I'm going to delete this one too. These are from a different class, by the way. And let me just start a new one. And let me get rid of the keyboard. And let's start. And we're on 81 now, all right? Now, as I write 81 down, I recommend that you also, um, practice by writing things down, by the way. We're on 81. And what am I seeing? 12 minus 3, 2x plus 3 equals 2x minus 4. Much more involved problem, by the way, and 2x plus 3. All right, let me just look again, make sure I copied the problem down. It's 12 minus 3, 2x plus 3, let's see, 2x minus 4. Yeah, I think I did okay. So what I'm going to do over here is, just work it. What do you get? 12 minus 6x minus 9. This is 2x minus 8x minus 12. Well, let's combine like terms. And 12 minus 9 is going to be 3 minus 6x equals minus 6x minus 12. All right, what are you going to do now? I would say add 6x to both sides and add 12 to both sides. What do you get there? 15 equals 0. This is another contradiction, so no solution to the problem. All right, so I'm going to actually leave the whiteboard now and tell you what a lot of people would be doing with the problem, especially if they have a computer and they're doing the problems over here. They're basically just practicing. So what I want to do is get rid of this, and I want to tell you what is okay to do, is just work the problems as written. All right, so what I'm going to do is get my eraser out, and you're going to see me erase problems. We already did 81. I'm going to go to 82 now. So if you're doing 82, I would just do it over here, but I will be erasing it. What do you get? 11 plus 20x minus, well, let's see, that's going to be 84 equals 15x minus 4x plus 44. What do you get there? Let's take a look at that. That's going to be 20x minus 73 equals 11x plus 44. I'm going to subtract 11x from both sides, and I'm going to add 73 to both sides. What do you get there? 9x equals, well, let's see, that's going to be, 107. Is that right? 30, 103. I'm sorry, 117. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do now, divide both sides by 9. I'm getting tired. I've actually done the problems from beginning to end. I know it seems like I'm pausing. I'm not. I'm just doing one after another. So I'm going to do this now. X equals, and that's like 117, right? Divide by 9. Well, let's say 1. That's 9. And then you get 27, which is 3. So 13. And you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to check it. And where are we checking it? We're checking it right over here. See if it's true. So we get 11. This is the check part. Plus 4. And 5 times 13 is 50, and 15, 65, minus 21 equals, well, 15 times 13 more challenging, right? So it's 130. That's 10 times 13, by the way. And half of that, which would be 5 times that, right, would be, because I'm saying 10, half of that would be, let's see, 65, right? So 195, and then minus 4, and it's going to be 13 minus 11. That's going to be 2. Let's put this down. 11 plus 4. 65 minus 21 is going to be 44. And then 195 minus 8. Well, it's going to be 11. That's 160 and 16, 176. And 195 minus 8 is going to be 187. Sorry about that. Make sure that's true. Yeah, 187. 11 and 176 is 187. So we're doing okay. all right? So I'm going to say that's done. Now, you know, in the past, I just simply scroll up and do another problem, but now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase. I'm done with that. I'm just practicing. Now, I want you to practice too. What's the next one I'm going to do? I'm going to be doing 83 now. As I do it, though, you should be doing it. A half of 8 is 4. A half of 28 is 14. All right, a little more difficult, but 2 into 4 is, I'm sorry, 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. And then what do you get? You get minus 12 plus 8. What do you get here? Well, I'm still simplifying. And let's see, you get 10x minus 4. I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And I'm going to add 4 to both sides. What do you get there? Minus 10. And then you get 6x. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. You're going to get x equals minus 5 thirds. Put a box on it. I think you're probably not going to check this. You get 1/2. And you're going to get 8 times minus 5 thirds, which is minus 40 thirds. And then minus 28. And then you can get 4. 5 halves times minus 5 thirds is going to be minus 25. And 2 times 3 is 6. And then you get minus 3. And then plus 8. It looks kind of nasty, doesn't it? Let's write this down. We're going to do it in stages, but I'm actually going to distribute. So it's going to be minus 20 thirds minus 14. Over here, I'm also going to distribute. And what do you get there? You get minus 50 thirds minus 12 plus 8. I'm going to keep doing the arithmetic. I'm going to say common there is 3. This is minus 20 minus, well, that's going to be 30 and 12, which is 42. Let me just over here, and maybe I'm going a little too quick with that one. I shouldn't have done that. This is going to be minus 50 thirds, and that's going to be minus 4. Let's keep doing this. This is minus 62 thirds. This is minus 50 thirds, and 4 is going to be 12 thirds, and that's minus 62 thirds. So it does work out. So 83 works out nicely. So again, in the past, I just simply scroll up, but now I'm just erasing. I was almost like I was at a blackboard. I'd say we're done with this problem now. Let's go to the next one. And some students would take pictures of the board, by the way. They wouldn't even write it down. That's up to you if you want to do that, by the way. So where are we now? I guess we're on 84. Let's put 84 down. All right. How do I do that one over there? Well, I guess I'm going to distribute. What else can you do? So let's put this over here. 3/4 times 16 is going to be 12. Plus 3 equals, well, 3 goes in 6 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. 10x. What do you get there? 12 minus 17. You get 12x plus 3. And you get 10x minus 5. I'm going to take 10x from both sides. And I'm going to take 3 from both sides. What do you get there? 2x. And there you get minus 8. So x appears to be pretty easy. Divide both sides by 2, minus 4. But I think you probably know I'm going to check it. Where do you check it? Well, in the equation. 3/4. That'll be minus 64 plus 4 equals 6. That's going to be minus 20 thirds plus 2, and then minus 17. Wow. Let's see. 4 goes in minus 64 16 times. Minus 16 times, and 3 times 16 is going to be minus 48. Plus 3 equals, well, let's do this. 3 goes into 6 2 times. You get minus 40 plus 12 minus 17. You get minus 45. This is going to give you what? Let's see. You're going to get minus 28 minus 17. And 28 and 17, let's see, 35, 45. Looks beautiful. We got that one. So we just finished 84. We're done with that. We'll go to 85 now. We're going to problem 85. Let me highlight it for you. Doesn't look bad to do. Let's write this down. What do you get? 8x minus 24 minus 5 equals 12 minus 8x plus 20. Let's keep moving. What do you get there? 8x minus 29. 12 and 20 is 32 minus 8x. I'm going to add 8x to both sides, and I'm going to add 29 to both sides. What do you get? 16x. And 29 and 32 is going to be 61. All right, what do you get here? X equals 61 over 16. Put a little box in that. And let's see if it's true. All right, how do you see if it's true? You plug it in. Let's write this down. So it's 2. 4 times that number is 61 quarters. Plus, not plus, sorry about that. Minus 12. We'll do that later, by the way. Minus 5 equals 12 minus 4. And 2 times that number is going to be 61 eighths. And then minus 5. Well, let's do this. What do you get? Well, you can get 61 halves minus 24 minus 5. What do you get over here? 12. What do you get over here? Minus 61 halves, and then plus 20. Now, let's keep going. What do you get? I think I made a mistake somewhere. Maybe not. Let's take a look. 61 halves minus 29. And this is going to be 32 minus 61 halves. Well, pretty strange, doesn't it? Let's get the halves going. Put this over here. This is going to be 61 minus, well, 2 times 29 is going to be 58. What do you get over here? Well, what do you get there? You're going to get 2, and you get 64 minus 61. All right, let's take a look what we got over there. You got 2, and 61 minus 58 is going to be 3. And 64 minus 61 is 3. So yeah, it's working out beautifully, right? Let me erase this over here and say it's done. We did that one. It's almost like we're working at a blackboard and we need more room. What are we going to do now? We're going to do 86. So let's highlight 86. And let's do it. And what do you get there? I'm going to say 10x minus 30 plus 13 equals 13 minus 10x, and that's going to be plus 12. What do you get here? 10x minus 17 equals 25 minus 10x. I'm going to add 10x to both sides. I'm not going to write it down this time. I get 20x. And I'm going to add 17 to both sides, which will give me 42. What's x going to be? 42 over 20. I'm going to reduce that, and what would you get there? You get 21 tenths. So I'm going to say x is 21 tenths. Not much I can do about that, unless we want a decimal down. I'm going to check it. What do you get? 5 times, well, 2 times that is 21 fifths. Minus 6, and then plus 13 equals, let's see, 13 minus 2, and 5 times that number is going to be 21 halves. And then minus 6. You get dizzy looking at this, right? Let's multiply it out. You get 21 minus 30 plus 13. On this side, you get 13 minus 21 plus 12. Well, let's take a look at it. 21 and 13 and minus 30. Let's take a look at that. Let's see, 44. I'm sorry, 34. 4. Let me just check that. 44, yeah. 34. Yeah, I'm okay. So let's see, 25 minus 21 is also 4. Working good. All right, let's do the next problem. And again, we're almost like at a whiteboard. We're just erasing things as we move along. This is being recorded, so you can always rewind if you have to. I'm going to go to 87 now. Let me highlight 87. It's over here. I see a decimal. They're all over the place. And the decimals can be difficult for students, right? So let's write this down, and one step at a time. And to put that down, I don't know, let's look at it. And I'm actually going to multiply both sides by 10 first. As I do this, may confuse you, all right? So I'm going to just get out the highlighter again. This is 87. And I want to point out, I'm going to multiply each term by 10. So 10 times the first term, I associate with the 0.8, and what would you get? You'd get 8. And then 15x plus 4. Now, when I associate the 10 with the second term, which is 2, I get 20. Now, when I associate the 10 with the next term over there, I'm associated actually with the 2.5x minus 0.6, which would give me 25x minus 6. And then 10 times 17 is 170. Let's do that. Well, 8 times 15 is going to be 80 and 40, 120, plus 32, minus 20, 100x, minus 24, minus 170. All right, let's keep going. 120 plus 12, and you get 100x, and that's going to be minus 194. Well, I'm going to take 100x from both sides without writing it down. It's 20x. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides, and that's going to be, let's see, 196, 206. I am going to divide both sides by 20. You get minus 206 over 20. I'm going to do some reductions over here. Divide by 2. That's going to be minus 103 over 10. So I'm going to commit to this over here. And again, it's always say, is it correct? Who knows? Maybe I made a mistake in the arithmetic somewhere. So we go back and check it. And I know it's difficult to check, by the way. So 0.8. And now I'm going to do 15 times that. And I'll write it down for you. 15 times the minus 103 over 10. It's unpleasant, I realize that. And then minus 2. Now, it's equal to something. What's it equal to? 4 times 2.5. And that's going to be minus 103 over 10, minus 0.6, and minus 17. And I'm just kind of practicing my arithmetic over here. So 0.8. And I'm going to, kind of look at this guy over here, and it doesn't look that bad to me. I'm going to divide through by 5. And what would you get? You'd get 3. And 3 times minus 103 is minus 309. Again, divide by 5, and you get 2 on the bottom. And I'm going to put the 4 down now as 8 over 2. Minus 2. We'll take care of that later. I'm going to put equal sign down. Now I'm going to do this side too. I'm just a little piece of it anyway. 2.5 goes into 10 4 times. It's not so bad. And then you're going to get minus, well, I'm going to still put the decimal down, 0.6, and then minus 17. All right, let's keep going. Now, as I do this over here, I'm going to write down the 0.8 as 8/10 now. Now, 8/10, I hope you realize is, you could write differently, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to write this as a 2 here. And what do you get? You get minus 301. Minus 2 equals, well, I got to do this now. What do you get? You get minus 103. And 4 times 0.6, that's minus, by the way, is 2.4. Minus 17. Let's keep going. I know it's tough. 2 goes into 8 4 times. All right? And I'm looking at that. I think I want to go further with it. And I'm going to do it by reducing it. 2 and a 5. And 2 times minus 301 is minus 1505. I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. I'm daydreaming, actually. Sorry about that. Minus 602 over 5. Minus, that would be 10 over 5. Well, we're going to keep moving, don't we? And you might lose track of that. That's minus 120. I just took those two numbers, brought them together. And that, minus 2.4, I can write it as 24 tenths. This is problematic, isn't it? What do you have here? Minus 612 over 5. Well, you know what? I want to write the other side in terms of 5s too. And let's see. 5 times 120 is 600. Minus, well, let's see. If I divide by 2, that would be 12, right? Wow, it worked beautifully. Minus 612 is minus 612. Again, it's a long road to checking. You may decide against it. It's nice to have answer keys, though. No answer key is being provided. That's why I'm checking it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to erase all this business over here. And again, for me, the worst part about solving an equation is, am I right? Can I check it? And that's one thing nice about equations. You can check to see if you're right. However, sometimes it's really, really tedious to check something. You just want an answer key to check it. So that's number 87. Let's go to 88 now. And yeah, these are more difficult questions. There's no doubt about it. Let's write this down. And it's going to be 2 plus, well, 0.4 times 25. Let me write that down for you. 0.4 is the same thing as 4/10. Same thing as 2/5. And I realize 2/5 times 25 is just going to be 10. And then what do you get? Let's see. That's going to be 4.4, right? Again, we're just doing one side at a time. Then what do you get over here? Well, let's see. You get 4 and 1.6, 5.6. X minus 8 plus 21. We're kind of varying things up a little bit. This is 10x plus 6.4. And then what do you get? You get 5.6. And then minus 8 and 21 is going to be, let's see, 13, right? I'm going to take 5.6x from both sides. Yeah, I'm writing it down. And I'm going to take 6.4 from both sides. What do you get there? Well, you can get 4.4x. And then what are you going to get? Well, let's see. You get 3.6, I'm sorry. 3.6 plus 3, 6.6. What I'm going to do now, divide by 4.4. You know what? Did I do that right? Yeah, I think so. X equals 6.6 over 4.4. Boy, that looks crazy. 66 over 44. I'm going to divide by 11. That's going to be 6 over 4. I'm going to divide again by 2. And what do you get? 3 over 2. I'm going to commit to the answer. Who knows? Maybe it's not right. Let's write this down. 2 plus, I'm going to write 4/10 as 2/5. 25 times that number is going to be 75 halves plus 11 equals 4. I'm going to write the 1.4 as 14 over 10 times, just shaking it up a little bit, 3 halves minus 2 plus 21. Let's put this down. 2 plus, well, I think I could do the multiplication now. And 2/5 times 75 halves, the 2 cancels. And 5 goes into 75 15 times. Plus 22/5. Let's do this now. It's a little more complicated. You get 4. And I'm going to say, 2 goes into 14, 7. So 21 tenths minus 20 tenths plus 21. Let me keep moving. 17 plus 22/5 equals 4. These are going to be tenths, and it's going to be 11 plus 21. All right, I'm going to keep going through this over here. I calm down at 5, by the way. That's going to be 50 and 35, 85 plus 22. What's that going to give you? 107 over 5. Let's do the other side. Well, I'm seeing 5 again, and that's going to be 22, and it's going to be 21. In terms of 5, that's going to be 105. I think I made a mistake somewhere, too. Let me just check it. 2, 22, 50, 85. We have to check where the error is now. And you'll say why I'm not getting the right answer, because 22 plus 105 is not 107. So I made a mistake somewhere. So someone says, if you were on an exam, what would you do? I would go back and check it. Let me erase this over here. And I actually would erase this right now, saying that this is really crazy. That didn't lead to what I wanted. So let's go back over here and see if I copied it right. 2 plus, let's see if I did that right, 25, 4/10. I'm going to go check it one step at a time, by the way. And I'll write this over here. So it's 4/10, which is 2/5, times 25. That's going to be 10x. I do see that. And 0.4 times 11 is going to be 4.4. I got that. And then 4 times 1.4 is 4, and 1.6, 5.6. 4 times minus 2 is minus 8, plus 21. I feel pretty good about that. And 10, 6.4, 5.6. Let's see, 13. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Took 5.6x from both sides. Just notice I made a typo over here. And let's see, 5.6 from 10, 4.4x. And 6.4 from 13, 3.6, 6.6. Yeah, I think I did okay. And then 6.6 over 4.4, 66 over 44, divided by 11, 6 and 4, 3 and 2. I'm convinced this is correct. Let's go back and check it again. So 2 plus 4/10, which is 2/5. And we're going to multiply by 3 halves now. That's 75 halves. Plus 11 equals 4. 1.4, I'm going to say 14 over 10, which is 7 over 5, times 3 over 2. That's what x is, minus 2, plus 21. All right, let's keep going. 2 plus, well, the 2's cancel, and true proper multiplication. 5 goes into 75 15 times. And then you're going to get 22/5 equals, let's do this. Well, I'm going to write minus 8 down first, and then 21. I'm going to do the 4 times the 7/5 times the 3 halves, by the way. And I'm noticing that the 2 would cancel. You get a 2 then. And 7 times 3 is 21, so 42/5. All right. Let's keep going. 17, 22/5, 42/5, minus, no, plus, I'm sorry. And that's going to be, whoops, I didn't mean to do that part. We'll get there, though. Plus 13. Let's get fifths down again. Boy, it looks like a deja vu, doesn't it? That's 50 and 35, 85. Plus 22. I did that before, didn't I? You can get 5 here. This is going to be 42. And 5 times 13 is 65, right? 5 times 50, 65. 85 and 22 is 107. And 42 and 65 is going to be 107. So good, we're good. Now, someone said, where'd you make the error before you erased it? I don't remember, but I think it was on the right side somewhere. I just don't remember making the error, by the way. Do they happen? Of course they do. So we're done with this. This one worked out pretty nicely. I mean, the 3 has worked out nicely. The check didn't work out so nicely. I made a mistake in it. But it did work out. So I'm going to say we're done with 88. And these are much more difficult problems, by the way. Let's go to 89 now. Get the highlighter out. And let's do it. What do you get? Minus 16. Whoops. Minus 16x. Minus 24 equals 8x plus 12 minus 14x. And minus 7 times 6 is minus 42. What do you get over here? Well, minus 16x minus 24. And 8x minus 14x is going to be minus 6x. And 12 minus 42 is minus 30. I'm going to add 16x to both sides. You get 10x. And I'm going to add 30 to both sides, and you're going to get 6. So what's x going to be equal to? 6/10 And 6/10, same thing as 3/5. So I'm going to commit to 3/5 as an answer. And I think you probably know, I'm going to check it. What do you get over here? 8. Minus 2 times minus 6/5. And then minus 3, which is minus 15/5, equals 4. What do you get there? 6/5. And then 3 would be 15/5. And then you get minus 7. You get 6/5. And 6 in terms of fifths is 30/5. Okay, 8 minus 21/5 equals 4. These are fifths. That's going to be 21. And then over here you get minus 7. These are fifths. And let's see what happens over here. That's 36, right? All right, let's keep going. This is going to be minus 168 fifths. This is going to be 84 fifths. And this is minus, well, it's going to be 210. All right, it's on the side for you. And 7 times 6 is going to be 42. That's going to give you 252 fifths. Wow. Let's take a look at that. Minus 168 fifths. And I got to do something over here. 252 minus 84. I'm going to borrow. That's 4. That becomes 12. Let's see. 4 from 12 is 8. I got to borrow again. This becomes 1. That becomes 14. That's going to be 4, 6. And you get a 168. They work beautifully. All right, so we're done with 89. And again, the problems are getting increasingly more tedious as we move along. But they're working nicely, and we are getting answers that we can check. All right, when we make an error, we're going to rectify that. Going to get a problem number 90 now. And it's like I'm at the whiteboard. We're going to get 13x, or the blackboard, depending how I look at it, minus 39, 15x, I'm simplifying it, plus 10, minus 18x, and minus 99. All right, let's keep going. 13x minus 39, and 15 minus 18 is minus 3. 10 minus 99 is minus 89. Well, I'm going to add 3x to both sides. That's 16x. And I'm going to add 39 to both sides. And what's it going to give you? Minus 50. What do you get now? X equals minus 50 over 16. I am going to reduce minus 25 ace. So x equals minus 25 ace. We're going to check it. And what do you get? 13. Well, minus 25 ace. And then minus, well, 3 in terms of ace is 24. Kind of nasty, right? Equals 5. That's going to be minus 75 ace. And then 2 in terms of ace, 16 ace. And then minus 9. 2 times that is minus 50 ace. And then 11 would be 88 ace. Kind of nasty, isn't it? So 13, these are ace. And let's see, minus 25 minus 24 is minus 49. Don't be alarmed yet, by the way. I definitely see the ace over there. And it's going to be 5. And then, you know, minus 75 and 16 is going to be 59, minus 59. Minus 9. And what do you get over there? I have a tough time reading my work, by the way. Let's take a look at that. And I think, let me make sure I said that right. So minus 50 and 88, minus 38. All right, let's keep moving. Let's write this down now. So 13 times minus 49 over 8. I guess I should do some arithmetic, shouldn't I? 8. And let's see, 5 times 50, that's 250. And 45, 295. Let me just check that again. 5 times 50 is 250. 5 times 45 is 45. Oh boy, another big one. It's going to be plus. And I think I made a mistake somewhere. And let's see where I made the mistake. I see it over here. And I'm glad I saw that before going backwards over everything. All right, let me erase this over here. This is minus 270. I'll write this over here on the side. I'm going to erase it in a second, though, because 9 times 3 is 270, and 9 times 8 is 72. So it's going to be 342. All right, let's keep going. And again, it's tedious. I realize that. I mean, no one enjoyed, I shouldn't say no one, but I don't enjoy doing arithmetic. So it's going to be 8. It's going to be 8 over here. So really, I wonder about the top numbers now. Let's take a look at it. So let's use the first guy. It's not that bad. It's minus 490, because 10 times 49 is minus 490. And 3 times like 50 is 150, but take away 3, so minus 147. What do you have there? Let's see, 7. You get 13, 637. And make sure that's true. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's do that one. 295 and 342. 7. Let's see, 9 and 4 is 13, and you get 6. 637. We're good to go. It worked beautifully. All right, let's get the eraser out. Again, the checking is really tedious. I know that. And for some students saying, why would you bother? I don't have an answer key. That's why I'm bothering. If I have an answer key, which I usually provide my students, by the way, I give them the answer key, and they can check right from the answer key, by the way, that they got the right answer. On exams, I can't do that because I'm not given an answer key. What are we doing now? Number 91. And again, they're tedious. Let's go through it. And what do you get there? Well, let's write this down. It's 6x plus 9 equals 41. By the way, in exams, I don't expect my students to check because it just takes too long for them. So you get 8x minus 4 plus 7x, 6x plus 9. And let's see, 41 minus 4 is going to be 37. And minus 8x plus 7x is just minus x. I'm going to add x to both sides, that's 7x. I'm going to take away 9 from both sides, and that's going to be 28. All right, x is 4. I like that number. I'm not saying it's right, but I like the number. I'm going to check it. 3. Let's see, 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3 equals 41 minus 4. And if x is 2, that's 8 plus 1, which is 9. That was pretty easy. And plus 7 times 4 is 28. Well, this is going to be 3 times 11, which is 33. You get 41 minus 36 plus 28, 33. I'm going to do 41 and 28, which is going to be 69 minus 36. And 69 minus 36 is going to be 33. It does work out beautifully. Right, that was a nice one to do. It was pretty easy to check, too. So what are we going to do now? We're going to move on. Next question. What's the next one? 92. The reason I'm highlighting so I don't forget what I'm doing, by the way. Let's put this one down. What do you get? 9x plus 10x minus 15 equals 8x minus 14. What do you get there? 19x minus 15 equals 8x minus 14. I'm going to take 8x from both sides. That gives me 11x. And I'm going to add 15 to both sides, which would give me 1. So x equals 1/11. Not a nice number, but I'm still going to check it. What are you going to get? 9/11 plus 5 times 2/11 minus, well, that's going to be 33/11. That's what 3 is. Equals 8/11. And then minus 14. I'll convert that later, by the way. So you get 9/11 plus, well, this is going to be 5, and it's going to be 11. And what goes over there? You can get minus 31. Let's put this down, 8/11 minus Well, I'm going to do 14 times 11 over 11. Let's keep going. What do you get over here? 11. You can get 9 minus 155. Let me just check that. Yeah, that looks okay. I get 11 here. It's going to be 8 minus, well, it doesn't look that bad. I'll tell you what I mean by that. It's 11 times 14. And, 10 times 14 is 140, and 1 times 14 is just 14, so 154. All right, let's put this down. You get 11, and 155 minus 9, so I'm saying something that's not written, but that's how I do arithmetic, by the way. That's going to give you 146. Okay? And what do you get over here? 11. And that's, 154 minus 8. That's not what they said, but that's what I'm doing in my head, by the way. That's going to be 146. I know it's negative, though. It worked out beautifully. All right, we move on to the next one. Again, the worst thing for me is the checking of the problem. And when I write an answer key, it's the worst thing I have to go through. All right, that's number 92. We'll go to 93 now. All right, let's put it down. And I'm going to just, distribute. That's all I'm going to do. So what do you get over here? Well, 3 halves times 6. 2 goes into 6 3 times, and 3 times 3 is 9, so 9x. Minus, well, 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 4 times 3 is 12. Minus, well, 4 goes into 8 2 times, and 2 times 1 is 2. 4 goes into 16 4 times. You can get minus a minus, which is plus 4. Minus 12. Let me just check. And you get, let's see, 3, 9, yeah. 2, 12, I see that. Minus 2x. Yeah, I think I did okay. What do you do over here? 7x, combining like terms. Minus 8 equals minus 12. 7x. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. That would be minus 4. And x would be minus 4/7. And again, I really think solving an equation is kind of simple, but mistakes do happen. I do want to write it down for you. So 3 halves. And 6 times that number is minus 24/7. Minus, well, let's turn the 8 into 7s. And 7 times 8 is 56. Minus 1/4. And 8 times minus 4/7 is minus 32/7. Minus, well, I still want 7s. Minus 12 over here. And 7 times 16 is 70 and 42, which is 112. That's plus now. All right, let me just check that again. And 16 times 7, I'm sorry, made a mistake. I have to correct it. And part of that is just daydreaming. I was daydreaming. And I'm glad I thought about it. So 7 times 16 is 70, and 7 times 6 is 42, so 112. Let's keep going through that. And I notice I can do something that might make my arithmetic a little bit easier. This is 7. I can divide 2 into both of those numbers. So minus 12, minus 28. Let me look at this. And I'm going to do basically the same thing. 7. I can divide 2 into those two numbers. I'm sorry, 4 into those two numbers. So it's going to be minus 8. Minus, well, 4 goes into 112. Let me go through that with you. 2 times 4 is 8. You subtract it, you get 3, and you're going to get 8 over there. I think you can appreciate how difficult arithmetic really is when you start doing a lot of it. So it's going to be 3. This will be a 7. And what do you get there? Minus 12 minus 28 is going to be minus 40. We'll do that later. What do you get over here? This is actually going to be plus now. That's going to be 36 over 7. And I say that's minus 12. All right, let's keep moving. And what do you get there? Minus 120 plus 36 over 7 minus 12. Let's see what happens over here. And what do you get? Let me take a look at that. You get 64, 84. Well, let's see. 7 times 12 is 70 and 14. Yeah, it worked out beautifully. All right, we did okay. All right, let me get my eraser out. Start to erase. I don't need that anymore. And it's like we're moving along in Someone's at the whiteboard and they're just erasing things as they move along. One thing, advantage about the internet, by the way, things are being recorded, including all those egregious errors that people make in mathematics. They're being recorded. All right, we're going to 94 now. 94 is this problem over here. Let's write it down. Again, they're tedious. There's no doubt about it. What do you get? 8 minus 15x plus 60 equals, that's going to be 40 and 28, 68. Let's just check that, 40 and 28, yeah. Minus 8x. What do you get over here? 68 minus 15x, 68 minus 8x. Let me just check myself for a second. 8 minus 15x, and 5 times 12 is 50 and 60. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And 4 times 17, 40 and 28. Yeah, 68. Yeah, minus 8x. Well, I'm going to subtract 68 from both sides. And I'm going to add 15x to both sides. You don't need to write that down, by the way. This gives me 0. And what do you get over there? You get, let's see, 7x. Well, x is 0. I'm going to check it. You get 8 minus 5. Well, 3 times 0 is 0, so you get minus 12 equals 4. Then you get 17, and 2 times 0 is 0. Let's just check it. You get 8 plus 60. And 4 times 17 is going to be 40 and 28, which is 68. It does work out beautifully. All right, let me get the eraser out, and we're going to get a 95. We're very, very close to the end of the problem set. We're going to get a 95 now. Let's go for it. I'm going to multiply it out. And what do you get? You get 3x minus 1/5 plus, not plus, minus, that's going to be 3/5 of an x. Then what do you get? Minus 18 equals minus 31. Now granted, let's look at this. Oh, there's all mixed up numbers here. What do I do with that? Well, you got to combine the terms together, right? So I'm gonna do those two terms right over there, and 3 is the same thing as 15 over 5, and 15 over 5 minus 3 over 5 is 12 over 5. And then I got to combine those two terms together, and again, it's still 5s. So minus 1/5, and then minus 18, but I got to turn that into 5. That's going to be 50 and 40, which is 90. So minus 91/5. And you can imagine how problematic this is if you make a mistake. I'm also going to turn this into fifths. So it's going to be minus 150, minus 160. Right? Then what I'm going to do is, add 91/5 to both sides. And what is it going to give you? Minus 69/5. Yeah, it's not so bad. And then I'm going to multiply both sides by 5/12. And what do you get there? You get x equals, well, you get minus 69/12. Well, I'm going to reduce that by 3. That gives you minus 23. And 3 into 12 goes 4 times. So minus 23/4. Could I be wrong? Of course I could be wrong. We're going to check it. So 1/5. And 15 times that. I'll write that down for you. You may wonder why I'm writing it down. I don't want to do that arithmetic right now. Minus 2. And I got 3/10 times minus 23/4 plus 9. And they said it's equal to minus 31. All right? Let's take a look at it. And one step at a time, I'm going to actually multiply. And what do you get? You get 3 times minus 23/4 minus 1/5. Okay? Minus. Let's take a look at this. And I really do mean that. Take a look at it and just see if you can do the arithmetic on it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm starting to realize that there's not much I can do about it, except I can write it down. And I will write it down for you. So it's 2, it's 3/10. We'll do that later, and minus 23/4. There's a point of writing it down, by the way. And then the next one's going to be minus 18, and that equals minus 31. Right, I'm going to keep moving through it. Boy, I'm at the end of the rope, aren't I? So what do you get over here? Minus 69. Minus 1/5. Wow. Let's take a look at this over here. And kind of immediately noticing that 2 goes into 10 5 times. And I'm going to say minus. A minus is a plus. And that's going to be 20. And 3 times minus 23 is going to be minus 69. Right? And then what do you get? You get minus 18 equals minus 31. Wow, is this ever going to come to an end? Let's take a look. And I guess I should get a common denominator, right? So let's write this down. And I'm going to say 20. Well, let's see. I got to multiply the 4 by 5, right? That's going to be 345. Minus 4. Minus 69. Minus, wow, it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? Well, not really. 2 times 18 is 36, so 360. Well, I got to do some arithmetic, don't I? And let's write this down. So it's all negatives, right? So I'm just going to write them down for you. 345, 360, 5, 10, 705, and 69 and 4 is going to be 73. And I think I made a mistake somewhere. 778. There's no way that's 20. Goes into that 31 times. So I made a mistake somewhere. I'm going to back up. And I'm going to recheck. I know that's tedious and painful. But I'm going to check. Where am I going to check? In the original problem. This is 95. Do I get 3x? 5 goes into 15 3 times. Yes. I get minus 1/5. Yes. What do I get next? Minus 3/5. I do see that. Minus 18. I do see that. All right. Let's see if I did the addition correctly. And I'm gonna go over it again. Right. I'm actually looking at my work. Let me erase some of the doohickeys that are in it. All right. Again, 3x. I do see that. Minus 1/5. I see that. And then minus 3/5 x. I see that. And I see the minus 18 equals, I see it now. It says minus 32, and what's there? It's 31. This is no good. None of it is good. All right, why was that? That very first step. All right, let's go back over it again, and we're gonna check it again. Although tedious, we're gonna check it again. So let's take a look, 3x minus 3/5. So it's gonna be 15 over 5, which is 3, minus 3 over 5. All right, so again, 3 is 15 divided by 5. That's 3, by the way. And 15 minus 3 is 12. So I get 12/5 of an x. I want to do the minus 1/5 minus 18. Well, I got to multiply the 18 by 5. And what's that going to be? 50 and 40, 90. So minus 91 fifths. And I'm going to turn that into fifths too, which can be minus 155. Again, 5 times 30 is 150. 5 times 5 is 5. So 155. And then I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. 12x minus 91 equals minus 155. And then when you get 12x, I'm going to add 91 to both sides. That'll be 55 and 9, which is 64. Let me just check that. 55 and 9 is 64, but it's minus. I can divide both sides by 12. That's going to be minus 64 over 12. I can divide through by 2. That's minus 32 over 6. I'm going to divide by 2 again. That's going to be minus 16 over 3. Could I have made another mistake? You're not kidding. All right, let's put this down. So 1/5. Let me get my eraser out. I'm going to come closer. I'm going to start to erase a lot of things, by the way. So 1/5. and I'm going to do 15 times that number. Now 3 goes into 15 5, and 5 times 16 is going to be minus 80. Minus 1, minus 2, and 3/10, I'll write this over here for you, times minus 16/3. Well, this cancels. That's good. And minus 16 over 10 is going to be minus 8/5. Plus 9 equals minus 31. Let's see what we get now. We get minus 81/5 minus 2. I got to do some arithmetic over here. This is 5. This is going to be minus 8 plus 45. That's minus 31. Let's take a look. Let's hope for the best. Minus 81/5 minus 2. There's a 5 there. And what do you get there? 45 minus 8 is going to be 37. And they say it's equal to minus 31. Well, I get 5s. I see that part. It's minus 31. And you get minus 81. And 2 times 37 is going to be 60 and 14, 74. And what do you get there? Let's see, 80 and 70, 150, 155. And 5 times 31 is, 155. This worked out beautifully. All right? And again, you say that if that had been an exam, what would you do? Most people would panic and they get the right answer. But, or if they look in the answer key and the answer wasn't there. Anyway, we're good with that. Let's keep moving. Let's get erase this business over here. And we're going to go to 96. We're getting really close to the end, by the way. I know it's tedious. Everyone finds this to be tedious, by the way. 3x plus 12x minus 54, 5x minus 12. You can get 15x minus 54, 5x minus 12. I'm going to take 5x from both sides. You get 10x. I'm going to add 54 to both sides, and you can get 42. All right? So what do you do now? Divide both sides by 10, and you get x equals 42 over 10. Reduce it. That's 21/5. I'm going to check it over here. And 3 times 21/5 is 63/5 plus 6. Well, 2 times 25 is 42/5 minus 9 equals, well, 5 times 21/5 is 21, and then minus 12. Well, let's put this down, 63/5 plus 6, common 5. That's going to be 42 minus 45, and 21 minus 12 is going to be 9. All right, common down 5, you get 63, plus 6 times, well, 42 minus 45 is minus 3. Wow, 63 minus 18. Well, 63 minus 18 is going to be 45. That works, because 5 times 9 is 45. So we got the right answer in that one, too. Let's go back and say we're done with this. Done with the checking business. Yep, it's tedious. And let's go to 97 now. I'm going to highlight it. It's a decimal number. And I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. 6x plus 30. Now, when I multiply that first term by 10, I'm not doing it with the 2. I'm going to do it with the inside. So it's going to be 2, and 10 times 0.6 is 6x, and 10 times 5 is 50, minus 2. 6x plus 30, 12x minus 100, minus 2. 6x plus 30, I'm simplifying, by the way, 12x minus 102. I'm going to take 6x from both sides. I get 6x. I'm going to add 102 to both sides, which gives me 132. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. and you get 132 over 6. Let's do a slow division over here. Divide through by 2, you get 3. Divide 132, that's 6566, and that's going to give you 22. All right, so x is 22. Could a mistake have happened? Of course. Let's write this down. So I can put down 6/10 times 22 plus 3 equals 2. 6/10 times 22 minus 5 minus 2. Let's keep doing it and see what happens over here. And I'm going to reduce it. 6 times 11 over 5 plus 3 equals 2. Well, this is going to be 6 times 11 over 5 minus 5 minus 2. 66 fifths plus 15 fifths. This is going to be 2. 66 fifths minus, well, that's going to be 25 fifths, right? Minus 2. It's tedious though, isn't it? 66, 76, 81 fifths. All right, 66 and 15, 76, 81. Well, let's do this. 2, this is going to be fifths. This is 10 fifths. And let's see, 66 minus 25, you get 25, 35, 41. Okay? What do you get there? I think I made a mistake. And I'm glad I made a mistake. 66 82. That can't be right. I'll tell you why. I'm not getting what I want. It's 82 minus 10, which is not that, all right? Now, did I make a mistake somewhere? I don't know. We're going to go back over it. And yeah, it slows down towards the end, doesn't it? Been working for hours in this, but I made a mistake somewhere. Question is, where did I make the mistake? I don't know. I'm going to go back over here again. I want to start the problem again. I want to be fresh with it. We're doing number 97. Let's do it again. All right? So what do you get? Multiply both sides by 10. You get 6x plus 30. I'm going to multiply the other side by 10. That's going to be 2. And I'm doing it 10 times the 0.6, which is 6x. And then 10 times minus 5 is minus 50. 10 times minus 2 is minus 20. I think that's where I made a mistake. I forgot to multiply that by 10. Let's keep going. 6x plus 30. 12x minus 100 minus 20. 6x plus 30. 12x minus 120. 6x, take 6x from both sides, 150. Add 120. What do you do? X, 150 over 6. Well, let's just do it. Let's reduce very slowly. I'm going to divide by 2. That's 3. That's 75. That's going to be 25. So I'm going to say x is 25. Let's just check it. What do you get? You're going to get 6/10 times 25 plus 3 equals 2. 6/10 times 25 minus 5 minus 2. Let's go through it slowly. And I'm going to divide by 5 the first term. So you get 6 times 5 over 2. I divided 25 by 5 and the 10 by 5. And then I notice that 2 goes into 2 once, goes into 6 3 times. So I get 15. Plus 3 equals, well, let's do this. Well, you know what? I just did it. I just did 6/10 times 25, and that was 15. And 15 minus 5 is 10. What do you get over here? 18. What do you get here? 20 minus 2, which is 18. It worked beautifully. All right, so we're done with that one. And again, I can't say I'm really glad to make errors, but I wish I didn't make an error, but I'm glad for the opportunity to go back and check it again. Like, what did I do wrong? And then I start to remember what I did wrong. We're going to go to 98 now. And 98, I don't know, looks reasonable. They all look reasonable until you start them, by the way. What do you get? X equals 8x equals 49 Whoops, I made a mistake there. Let's start again. X equals 8x plus 49 plus 10 minus 6x. X equals 2x, and 49 10 is 59. What do you do over here? Subtract x, 2x from both sides. You get minus x equals 59, or x equals minus 59. Worked out nice. I don't know, maybe it's wrong. Minus 59 equals 8 times minus 59. We'll do that in a moment. Plus 49. And then you're going to get plus 2, 5. Well, minus 3 times minus 59 is going to be plus. That's 150, and 27, 177. Minus 59. Well, let's see. That's going to be minus 472. Plus 49. And this is going to be, let's see, 5 and 177 is going to be 182. And times 2, so 364. Wow, minus 59. And I'm going to do minus 472. And 364 and 49. Let me write that down for you. My pen's acting up again. 364 and 49. 13. Let's see, you can get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 413. Wow, let's take a look at that. 472 minus 413. I know that's not what's written, it's what I'm doing though. So it's going to be 12. Let's see, 3 from 12 is 9. That's going to be a 6. 1 from 6 is 5. 4 from 4 is 0. It worked out beautifully. Minus 59 does equal minus 59. All right, let's keep moving. As we move along, we're hoping the problems come to an end. 99. Let's put that down. All right, I'm looking at it, and I'm going to clear the fraction by multiplying both sides by 4. And what do you get? You get x plus 36. You get 4x plus, well, 4 times a half is 2, so it's 2 times 5 minus x. You get x plus 36 equals 4x plus 10 minus 2x. Let's keep moving, and I'm going to simplify the side still. And that's going to be 2x plus 10. I'm going to subtract x from both sides, you get x, and subtract 10 from both sides, you get 16. Let's see if it's right. 1/4 is 16. We check in the original, is 4. 4 plus 9, relatively simple. 16 plus 1/2. Now, 5 minus 16 is minus 11. 4 plus 9 is 13. You get 16. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Someone says, how'd you know you made a mistake? I'm looking at it, and it doesn't make sense. 5 minus 16 is minus 11. So another error, and let's just erase and say this is not working out. And let's start again. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 4 again. You get x, and 4 times, whoops, I did it again. I'm punch drunk, actually. You're going to get x, multiplying by 4. I did it again. You're multiplying by 4, by the way. You get x plus 36. And 4 times x is 4x. Then you can get 2, because 4 times a half is 2, and 5 minus x. X plus 36, 4x plus 10 minus 2x. X plus 36. This is going to be 2x plus 10. Take x from both sides, and you're going to get x. And take 10 from both sides, and you get 26. I think I said 16 last time. So now I got 26. All right, let's check it. So 1/4 times 26 plus 9 equals 26 plus 1/2. And 5 minus 26 is going to be minus 21. What do you get here? 13 halves plus 18 halves. 26 is 52 halves. And this is going to be minus 21 halves. What do you get there? 13 and 18 is going to be, let's see, 28, 31 halves. 52 minus 21 is 31 halves. It does work out. All right, let's go to the next one. That one's done. We're just kind of plowing along at this point. And let's go to 100. We're almost there. Looks like it's getting easier. 55 minus 3x, 25 minus 15x. I am going to add 15x to both sides. You would get 12x. And I'm going to subtract 55 from both sides. And you're going to get minus 30. I'm going to divide both sides by 12. And what do you get? Minus 30 over 12. I'm going to reduce that by dividing top and bottom by 6. You get minus 5 over 2. I'm going to check it. 55 plus 15 halves equals 5. 5 plus 15 halves. Let's keep going. Let's see what I did here. 55 halves. I'm sorry, 55 in terms of halves is 110. And let's do this. 5. This will be 10 plus 15 over 2. That's 135 over 2. And what do you get there? You get 2. 25. I'm sorry, this is 125. I'm really punch drunk, by the way. And this can be 25 times 5, which is 125. It works out nicely. All right, let's go to the last problem. I noticed the last problem, he wrote work down here. And let's just take a look. And I think maybe it's more of a question than an answer. But I don't know. I'm still going to try to solve it. And then I'll look at his work. So this is minus 3x. Minus 3x plus 18. 2 minus x. And let's see what you get there. I'm going to add 3x to both sides and subtract 2. That's 2x, and this would be 16, and x is equal to 8. So I'm going to agree with that. But like anything, I'm going to check it too. I'm going to check it over here. So minus 3, 8 minus 6 is going to be 2, and 2 minus 8. That's what you get. That's minus 6, and this is minus 6. You know, I'm going to look at his work now, see what he did. And is it really the same thing I did? I think so. A little different. A little different. More steps, maybe. Guess he added x to both sides. And then he added 18 to both sides. Looks reasonable. I can definitely check that. If that was student's work, I say, good job. Does he need to write down what he's doing? We understand what he did? Not really. He added 18 to both sides. Wait a second. Let me see what he did there. That doesn't make sense, does it? Let me take a look what he did. So minus 3x minus 18, I agree with that. 2 minus x, I agree with that. Looks like he added x to both sides. Say minus 2x minus 18 is 2. And then it looked like he added 18 to both sides. There's a mistake here, isn't there? And this happened when you look at a student's work, by the way, say, oh, he made a mistake somewhere. Let's back up. And let's point out where that mistake is. It's a common one, by the way. The mistake is right here. This is 18. All right, so this is the wrong step, bad step. I understand it happens, though, by the way, and certainly there's penalties for that. But it can't hurt to look back over your work and say, oh, I made a mistake somewhere. But if you corrected that, let's see what's got over there. That even though the guy got the right answer, the steps are all wrong, by the way. They really are. All right, bad step. And by the way, if you make a bad step initially, everything just collapses, by the way. So let me just point this out. It's minus 3x plus 18 equals 2 minus x. And again, the belief is that, he did something, he added x to both sides. You'd have minus 2x plus 18 is equal to 2. Again, this would be a corrected step over there. And then the next thing, what you do is you're going to subtract 18 from both sides. You get minus 2x equals minus 16. So again, there's corrections over here. And again, this is good, and then this is good over here. But again, it's a doozy right there. It made it wrong. And I guess that's what you want to look at. Thank you.